Heartbreaks and promises. I have more than my share. I'm tired of giving my love and getting nowhere, nowhere. What I need is somebody who really cares. I really need a lover that wants to be there. Hey, everybody! Oh my goodness. So, baby, if you want me, you got to show me love. Words aren't so easy to say. You got to show me love. I know all the words. I know all the words. That's the jam, right? Welcome to the Sabby and Jaybe show live on Revolutionary Blackout Network. Today is June 30th, 2022, and it's so good to see all of you in here. Of course, I am James Fauntleroy, and I have my wonderful and brilliant co-host Sabrina Salvati here with me. Sabby Sabs, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, JB. Happy Thursday. It's almost the weekend.
Yup. Mm. I got to get some of this tea in me, some of this caffeine. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun one.
I had 3 cups of green tea today.
Ooh, okay. I took my black tea is very strong, very strong. This is my second cup. I had to have one for my show earlier because for some reason I was just exhausted, and so I had that. And I had Terrence Cudley, who's running for state senate in Massachusetts, on my show earlier today.
Yeah. Terrence is awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Yeah, so he's it was a really good deep conversation that we have, and I'm actually really happy that I had him on. It was a deep dive. So now just to let you guys know, if you guys haven't pressed the like button, why? Like, aren't Sabby and I good enough for you? I mean, we got dressed up. I put on pants for this, okay? Please press the like button because I put on pants, okay? Sorry, sorry, Sabs. That was so stupid. Also, if you guys haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon because you know the YouTube algorithm doesn't like us. Just to let you guys know, I just wanted to see who was in the chat, who was ready for us. CBC voters in the house says, "Oh boy, Thursday, Sabby Sab and JB can't wait." Yeah, we're here live. All right, we got gamer. Sorry, go ahead. You're gonna say something.
I was going to say pancake. CBC
Pan
voters always say pancake.
Pancake. All right, gamer. Yes, you are early. Awesome. Angela Sangsters in here was saying tea time. Yes, let's tee off. Let's go. Candles Boat 504 says, "Yay, happy RBN Solidarity Hour." Good to see you. We have Pittsburgh Dude coming in and saying Quincy Jones learned from the Bolanger, who is Igor Stravinsky piano teacher. Interesting.
Yes, he did. He did.
Nice. All right. We
Mhm.
got Leroy. By the way, Leroy, I tagged him yesterday because there was a picture of W.E.B. Du Bois, and they showed a picture of him, and he looked exactly like Leroy. Like,
He does.
I'm like, what? I'm like, are you guys related? Because is that your granddaddy? So it was just cool, to see a leftist from the past and a leftist now, and they resemble each other. I thought that was just so cool. So
Yep.
yeah. Let me see. Indy Left. If you're not following Indy Left, something's wrong in your life. If you're not following Indy Left, make sure to follow Indy Left News. Indy Left also compiles all of us independent left outlets together, both in read print and print edition, as well as those of us who do shows like this, and compiles it together for you on a daily basis so you can get your daily dose. of leftist content. So thank you so much for Indie Left, as always. Uh,
Yeah.
yep. Who else is in here? We have the great John Kemper in the house today. So good to see you, my brother, as always. Angela is also in the house. So good to see you. Wear Pilgrim and an accounted for, making sure that he is here and live, large and in charge, as we always say. Miss Janice is here saying hey to everyone. So good to see you, Miss Janice. Terry Connolly also as well in the chat here and accounted for. Let me see. It jumped. Why did it jump? Don't do that to me.
I know. I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I'm just like, why are you jumping on me? This ain't crisscross. Jump, jump. Gary said, "Don't, don't even, Sabs, don't ask. For God's sakes, don't ask." Gary Seth is in the chat. All right, VS Adams, so good to see you here today. Also, we have Viking Dave. Oh, thank you so. That's very kind of you. Very kind.
Oh,
Yeah, that's so kind. Cool Blue is in here. So good to see you. All right, Lars. Oh my goodness, Eric Johnson. You put on pants. See, we put on pants for each other. That's solidarity.
I don't have on real pants.
No
I
comment.
don't are leggings pants.
I guess.
Some people say they are, some people say they aren't.
Hey, I don't- I think they're I think they're a kind of a cheat code in life, so you won't have to put on regular pants. But let me ask you this: do leggings have pockets?
Mine don't. I
Oh.
don't think I've seen leggings with pockets, but they could be out there somewhere. Who knows?
Somebody needs to invent that because that would sell. Plus,
Yes.
plus, can we start talking about women's clothing and how they either have very shallow pockets or no pockets at all? Y'all deserve pockets
Yes.
too.
Yes, I will say I'm a sucker for dresses that have pockets because that's not a big thing. So if I see a dress and it has pockets, I'm a sucker for that. But you're right. Like our pockets aren't deep.
Hmm.
They're usually kind of small and you can't really put much in them.
Gosh, we got to change that. Gosh, let me see who else is in here. We got Laura in here. Says, I make kratom tea in Thailand. It is a wonderful tea that perks you up and takes away pain. Ooh, not for everyone, but some really like it. I don't know if it's legal in the United States.
No.
I'm willing to try it though. I'm willing. We'll we'll talk. Brent Hudgens says, like for pants, a fair trade. No Jeffrey Tubin price. Ah, wiggle, wiggle.
No comment. I'm gonna come back to Bad Cookies. Bad Cookies said, Sabby, why don't women's clothes have pockets? I assume it's because we can carry a purse. Whereas, well, they have like what they call the man purse now, but for the
Yeah.
longest time, like that was mainly just for women. So I think that's why our clothes don't have as many pockets because we can put everything in a purse.
You know what makes me mad? Why should it be called a man purse? Why you have to put a disclaimer on it? Just call it a purse and then just let it be unisex. Like guys have purses, women have purses, whatever. Like, you know,
That's a
I
good
mean,
point, JB.
a backpack is just an oversized purse for a man.
Oh,
How many dudes you see with backpacks and they carry their stuff in it?
that's a good point.
There's
Ah,
chapstick. They may carry, some of us we may carry, some wet wipes just in case. We carry all different types of stuff. I mean, we carry
wet
our
wipe,
pick, our brush.
wet wipes in case of what?
Savvy.
Hmm?
Okay. Okay. So when nature calls, there's times where, yeah, because we live in a country that doesn't have access to bidets. Okay. We should have a country that has access to bidets, but we don't. So I figure, if in case,
But
do I
there's
have
TP,
TP?
toilet paper.
Sabby, let me ask you. Here's the problem with that. If I were to, let's say, let's do the peanut butter example. If I put peanut butter on my hand, right? If I just wipe the peanut butter off, is that clean or is it just peanut butter? Still residue that might be on there you can't see.
There's still peanut butter on there. But why are people walking around with poop on their butt? I don't. I'm
This
confused.
conversation.
I'm
Okay,
so
it's
confused.
okay. So wet wipes are more hygienic than just using toilet paper alone, and so therefore, gosh, I don't want us to get demonetized if I ask this question.
But then
But
that means that people aren't taking proper poops. Because a proper poop is supposed to be in the shape of an S and it just goes swoosh. Like when it hits the water, it's just supposed
mhm,
to go swoosh. So that means if you're taking these kind of poops that get kind of sticky, that means you have to check your diet.
that's true. But at the same time, not all of us can have as optimal of a diet as we would like in certain instances, or sometimes we may end up. You know how many people go out for hot wings and stuff, you know. So for that extra cleanliness, you know,
Should I carry around wet wipes now? I'm wondering.
I say it helps just in case. But you also can use it for other things. Like let's say, for instance, you go to a place and let's say you're having wings or you're having something that's like saucy and you have it on your hands, but they don't have any alcoholic wipes to wipe your hands, or they don't have access to a bathroom. Then you have those that you can
Oh,
clean your hands. It's kind of a universal thing.
oh, okay.
Hmm. Yeah. So that's basically it.
Oh man, I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's quite all right. It was educational. Oz, thank you for the super chat. Says two of my favorite people right here. Thank you so much, Oz. I appreciate it. Uh, you jumped on me again. This thing, I tell you.
I starred the super chats.
Oh, okay, yeah, I need to do that. You both should try pickled tea leaf salad. It is delicious and it has lots of caffeine in it. Interesting. Never heard of that before, but I'm game.
I'm willing to
Okay,
try it out.
yeah. There's so many people in the chat that we don't get to say hello to, but we gotta. I want to get into this. So, all right. So, Sabby, in private conversation a couple days ago, you and I were talking about people who we don't hear from anymore, right? And did you want to start off with Quincy Jones? I also have something regarding Beyonce.
Yeah, I guess we can start with Quincy. Um,
Okay.
yeah. JB and I had a discovery just like the other day.
Yeah.
We thought you guys might be interested in hearing this.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I was interested in this, and I know me and Sabby were like, what? We were reading through it. Okay, so this is an article from Vulture, from New York Magazine Vulture, and it says, in conversation with Quincy Jones, the music legend, on secret Michael Jackson, his relationship with the Trumps, and his problem with modern pop. So this was very interesting. Um, it says, in both music and manner, Quincy Jones is always registered from afar anyway as smooth, sophisticated, and impeccably well connected. That is, that's what's earning 28 Grammy Awards and co-producing Michael Jackson's biggest selling albums will do. But in person, the 84-year-old musical industry matcher is maker. I don't know what I don't know that word is. I feel bad. As far as spikier and more complicated, all I've ever done is tell the truth. Jones says. He said in his Bel Air home, he said, "I got nothing to be scared of, man." That's what he does. He says "man" a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah. So,
So this interview took place with Quincy Jones a couple of years ago. It's actually not that old. And in this interview, Quincy Jones really dropped some names
hmm
and some information about other celebrities that I was not aware of. I think JB, you knew about some of these things, but I
hmm
didn't know about most of them. And
hmm
I think this is the Michael Jackson part. Yeah, yeah,
hmm
yeah. He starts off with Michael Jackson, so I guess we can go
hmm
with this one first.
Yeah. So the interviewer asked, "You work with Michael Jackson more than anyone. He wasn't related to. What's something that people don't understand about him?" Quincy Jones said, "I hate to get into this publicly, but Michael stole a lot of stuff. He stole a lot of songs. Donna Summer's State of Independence and Billie Jean. The notes don't lie, man. He was Machiavellian as they come." That was crazy. When I heard that, I was like, damn, what?
Yep.
Like,
Yep. So for people who may not be aware, obviously like Michael Jackson had a lot of hits, a lot of hits.
mm-hmm,
But it sounded like from this interview what Quincy Jones was saying was like Michael Jackson was also stealing music from people, but he wasn't giving them credit for it.
wow. Yeah. He said, and the interviewer asked, well, how so? And he said, greedy, man, greedy. Don't stop till you get enough. Greg Phillinganes wrote the C section. Michael should have given him 10% of the song, wouldn't do it. Wow.
Mhm.
hmm And then this next one, he says, "What about outside of music? What's misunderstood about Michael?" He said, "I used to kill him about the plastic surgery, man. He would always justify it and say it was because of some disease he had. Bullshit."
But see, this is the part where, and I know my parents and I used to talk about this like back in the day.
hmm
This is the part where, remember Michael Jackson said that he had vitiligo. So
hmm
yes, that is an actual real disease. There was a guy that went to my mom's church that had that.
hmm
However, what I noticed after Michael Jackson said that is that it did not seem like he had the appearance of like the guy that went to my mom's church. Like the guy that went to my mom's church that had vitiligo, his entire body was not covered. It was splotchy. So there were some patches here, patches like on your arm. However, with Michael Jackson, his skin was completely covered. Like we all know Michael Jackson's skin changed. So a
hmm
lot of people were saying Michael Jackson bleached his skin, right?
hmm
Quincy Jones knows Michael Jackson probably better than most people, right? So
hmm
he worked with him for a long time. And Quincy Jones has worked with a lot of people, a lot. There's a documentary on Netflix that you should watch about him, and you'll see just how many people he traveled around the world working with different musicians and everybody. But Quincy Jones really knew him, spent a lot of time with him. And so here is Quincy Jones saying that he did not have this disease. That was just an excuse for Michael Jackson to continue to get plastic surgery.
mm Um. So, uh, just to continue, is they asked how much of his problems were wrapped up with fame. He said, "You mean with the way he looked? He had a problem with his looks because his father told him he was ugly and abused him. What'd you expect?" And so I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie The Jacksons: An American Dream. That comes on like multiple times a year. Did you ever see it, Sabby?
Yes.
Okay. I've seen it so many times I can quote the movie. Okay. Like for real, for real. Um, yeah. Especially when she was like, Jackie's shoes are clear to the soles of his feet. He's, she's like, uh, she's like, uh, I I I stretch the pennies as far as they can go, and you just throw them away. If we're gonna get into that, why don't we just put on the extra bedroom? You know,
Right.
yeah. And so it was crazy. You know,
Hmm.
um,
Michael Jackson grew up in an abusive. I mean, it's not a secret, right? Like his siblings talked about it too. Like his father was abusive,
mhm,
and one of the things when Michael Jackson was in an interview before, he was asked, like, I think it was Oprah who asked him this question,
mhm.
what about the plastic surgeries? And he said he only had one nose job. Well, JB has a video. Someone made this.
Mhm, mhm.
JB has a video to show you MJ's transformation. I think this is important for people to see because you don't realize just how much MJ
Mhm.
changed until you see this video. We'll probably have to mute it, JB, just
Okay,
in case there's any kind of music.
yeah,
But other
I'm
than
muting.
that, we should be able to play it.
Yeah, we can talk over it while it plays. But yeah, so 11 years old now it's 12, and back in 1970. Then you go to 13. Uh,
$14.
here's it up here for you guys.
Yeah, in the top left corner, you can see the age.
Hmm. So this is just him naturally,
Mm-hmm.
no surgery at all. And I'm gonna stop right here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good looking guy. Like all the BS that his dad said to him was something that really affects him. And as somebody that was bullied a lot throughout my years in school, it still affects me down to this day. So I can imagine it coming from not just from kids at school, but coming from your family, especially your father. That's got to have had a huge amount of oh my god, there's a certain type of mental disorder that's called um I forgot what it's called, but you have this type of thinking that no matter what, you're always going to be ugly and unattractive,
Mm-hmm.
even if traditionally people can actually see how attractive you are. To you, it's just like no, it's like a body dysmorphia. That's what I meant to say. So
Yep.
that's what it sounds like to me. I'm an armchair, you know, this is just me off the top of my head. I have no psychiatric training or anything like that. So I'm just going off the top of my head just to let you guys know. But that's what it feels
Yeah.
like in my mind. But yeah, did you want to add anything before I continue?
So this says 1978. So this was, I believe, right before the Off the Wall album,
Yeah.
because it's after that one where you see that his skin, like when he came out with the Bad album, all of a
Hmm.
sudden Michael Jackson was light skinned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually started to see it um when he did Billie Jean. Not yeah, Billie
That's
Jean. You start to see it. Yeah.
that's right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
21,
Mm-hmm.
22. Pause, JB.
Mm-hmm. Hang on.
So even right there, his nose looks different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is thinned out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but even still, he looks still fairly like him.
Like himself. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
24.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
There
See,
we
now you
go.
see it. Yeah.
25, 26.
Yep. See the thinning.
That's another nose job. His nose is
Mm-hmm.
thinner.
Yep. And then boom, at 28, that's when you
Yep.
see the skin go from one shade to another, and it's like, how did that happen?
Yep.
See, vitiligo is a very progressive disorder that happens in skin blotches that you can see on the face, on the hands, on the
Hmm.
body. And the thing is that if he had vitiligo, you would have saw the blotches and things like that. You did not see any of that at all. You did not see
Right.
any proper progression of it because I've seen people with vitiligo.
Right.
Uh, I have met people with vitiligo, and the thing is that it does not. It's not this gradual, just smooth transition all over the body all at one time.
Right. And some people say that he used makeup to supposedly cover up the spots. But if that were the case, when he went out in the sun, whenever he went out in the heat, the makeup would have started to sweat off. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing that people don't understand. Michael Jackson was performing on stage in front of millions and millions of people. You know, you're dancing a lot. Those stage lights are really hot, by the way. So you're dancing and you're sweating. No makeup is going to withstand all that. That's the thing I want people to understand. So even if he did, like, if he was having like skin issues and he did bleach his skin, I think the thing that Quincy Jones was saying was like, man, just say that instead of like, you know, this is no shade to Michael or anything, but again, this is something that came from Quincy Jones where he said that like, no, this isn't true. Like, he was obsessed with plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And his cheeks are different too, JB.
Yeah. Cheekbones. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I can see it. So that was around the time of Bad album at 30.
Now his chin has changed.
Yep.
So you see, it's sad. It's really kind of sad. Like,
Yeah.
34, 35,
He's gotten lighter.
36, 37.
Okay, so at this age, Michael is the same age that I am now. So, like, imagine if my body went through that transformation from when I was younger and this drastic of a transformation. Like, you can't tell me that it hasn't been multiple surgeries and multiple different things like this. I mean, let's be honest, and let's be real. The black community was like, Lord, what happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember my dad explaining to me that Michael Jackson is, I was so confused because I was like, I remember being like, when my parents showed me like videos of like the Jackson 5, I was like, how did Michael Jackson become light skinned? You know? So, but there's more.
Sabby, can I ask you a quick question? Do you also think the process of him lightening his skin had to do with the colorism that we experience in this country, and that it actually also had an influence on Michael because he could have just had the nose jobs and kept his skin the same color?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I said, even if he did have vitiligo, I think the thing is, like, obviously there was something done here. There was something done because, like I said, vitiligo doesn't look like that. I know people who have had it, and I think that Michael Jackson did not like himself. And I think that again came from his father. Like I said, it's one thing to go to school and have kids pick on you. It's another thing when your parents are picking on you. And I'd also use the example of Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa lightened his skin because why? Because of colorism, because he didn't feel good about himself with darker skin. So he lightened his skin to make himself feel better and more acceptable by mainstream. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's something that, and I kind of know what it's like to feel like, you're not as attractive because of darker skin. You know, we had this conversation a couple weeks back, about, colorism. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's pretty. And then recently, his sister Latoya, I thought it was Michael for a second
Right.
because
Right.
she looks exactly like him. You know. So yeah. Let's continue. And then you start seeing him with facial hair and something you're not used to seeing, you know, with his skin like that.
That looks like another nose job, JB.
And yeah, yeah, definitely.
Oh man. 46,
Mm,
47 years old, 48 years old.
hmm
He made himself look older.
Yeah.
You notice that by all the surgeries, it actually made him look older.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the drastic transformation, and this is what Quincy Jones was talking about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And for somebody as wonderfully talented as him, let's be real, he is deeply talented, and he was, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everybody knows music by him.
Right.
So it's you saw his flaws out in the open, and it's sad to see. So
Right. Well, there are
yeah.
more things that Quincy Jones revealed in that article. Do we want to show the part about um, JFK
Oh yeah.
and
Oh,
the
when they.
Clintons? What he said about the Clintons? I'm telling you
Oh
guys,
yes.
Quincy Jones knew a lot of people.
He knew a lot of people. All right. And he talks about propofol.
Yeah.
Uh, and he's a Pisces, by the way. All right.
Yeah. Is
Okay.
that the part about the Clintons?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, he said, "You just mentioned the Clintons, who are friends of yours. Why is there still such visceral dislike of them? What what are other people not seeing in Hillary, for example, that you see?" Quincy Jones said, "It is because there's a side of her when you keep secrets, they backfire."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So they go on to say, like, what secrets? And Quincy Jones says, this is something else I shouldn't be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He says that a couple of times throughout this interview, by the way, different topics that are brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did he talk about the part about the Clintons and the pharma? Oh no, I think that comes back later. But
Mm-hmm.
they also asked him, what's something you wish you didn't know? And Quincy Jones said, who killed Kennedy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they said he said, "I know too much, man." He said, "Who killed Kennedy? Who did it?" He said, "Chicago mobster Sam Giancana." Said the connection was there between Sinatra and the mafia and Kennedy. Joe Kennedy, he was a bad man. He came to Frank and have him talk to Giancana about getting votes. Uh,
Yeah. I want to add something about Joe Kennedy for people who may not know. Joe Kennedy, JFK's father. I have to say that because there's more than one Joe Kennedy. Uh, JFK's father, Joe Kennedy, it was reported that he had mob ties. That's how he became successful in the what was he, oil? Wasn't it the oil industry?
mm,
I thought he
uh,
was he was invested in the oil industry. But anyway, that's how that's where his wealth came from, apparently. But so it was reported that Joe Kennedy had those connections. And then it has been said, I don't know if this is true or not, that JFK also had those kind of ties. But this is coming from Quincy Jones.
mm-hmm.
And then he goes on to say, I've heard this theory before that the mob helped win Illinois for Kennedy in 1960. And Quincy Jones says, we shouldn't talk about this publicly.
Mm. Wow. Yeah.
It's let me see if I can pull it up too, just in case people want to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull the link up for people too.
Oh, and this is when he gets into the Beatles. Oh my gosh. This is some funny stuff. Oh man.
Go ahead, JP.
Okay, all right. So he said so at first he asked, "What do you think of when you first heard rock music?" Quincy Jones said, "Rock ain't nothing but a white version of rhythm and blues, motherfucker. You know, I met Paul McCartney when he was 21." He said, "What was your first impression of the Beatles?" He said that they were the worst musicians in the world. They were no playing motherfuckers. Paul was the worst bass player I have ever heard. And Ringo, don't even talk about it. I remember once when we were in the studio with George Martin and Ringo had taken 3 hours for a 4 bar thing he was trying to fix on a song. He couldn't get it. We said, mate, why don't you just get some lager and lime and shepherd's pie and take an hour and a half and relax a little bit? Damn. So he did. And we called Ronnie Vernell, a jazz drummer. Ronnie came in for 15 minutes and tore it up. Ringo comes back and says, George, can you play it back for me one more time? So George did, and Ringo says, that didn't sound so bad. And I said, yeah, motherfucker, because it ain't you. Great guy, though.
I know this interview was funny. JB, I found the part about the big pharma. If you scroll back up to the part where they're talking about MJ, that's when he brings up it's the one that says it's a strange juxtaposition.
Okay.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. He said it's a strange juxtaposition how Michael's music was so joyous, but his life just seems sadder and more odd as time goes by. Quincy said yes, but at the end of Michael's problem was propofol, and that problem affects everyone. Doesn't matter if you're famous. Big pharma making OxyContin and all that shit is a serious thing. I was around the White House for 8 years with the Clintons, and I learned about how much influence Big Pharma has. It's no joke.
You guys hear that? That's what I tell you. Quincy Jones knew a lot of people.
He knew a lot of people.
So even he knew that Big Pharma was a problem.
Yep. Crazy, right? Let me get to the super chat really quick before we continue. Meteor Dream said Michael Jackson ended up looking like Itati Cantorell. I don't know who that is, but thank you for the super chat.
There's the part about Bill Cosby. If you scroll down when it says, what about the alleged behavior?
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me see. This part about social circles, this is interesting. Can I do this really quick before we get to Cosby?
Yeah.
Okay. He said, you hang out in these elite social circles doing good has always been important to you, but are you seeing as much concern for the poor as you like to see from the ultra rich? Quincy Jones said, no, the rich aren't doing enough. They don't fucking care. I came from the street and I care about these kids who don't have enough because I feel like I'm one of them. These other people don't know what it feels like to be poor, so they don't care. So this is from somebody who's been in elite circles, you know?
Yeah, I guess Quincy Jones grew up really poor. Mm-hmm. Really poor. Again, you guys should watch that documentary on Netflix if it's still up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Says, what about the alleged behavior of a friend of yours like Bill Cosby? Is it hard to square what he's been accused of with the person you know? Quincy said it was all of them. Brett Ratner, Harvey Weinstein, he's a jive motherfucker. Wouldn't return any of my 5 calls. A bully.
And then he says, what about Cosby, though? And Quincy goes, what about it? He said, were the allegations a surprise to you? And Quincy Jones says, we can't talk about this in public. You guys hear this?
Yep.
So this stuff was going on for a long time. And, you know, I guess Quincy Jones at the point, like, he's like, look, man, I'm an older dude now. I have nothing else to lose, you know, but even Quincy Jones was only willing to go so far in this interview. I was like, we can't talk about this in public.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said, what stirred everything up? Is it all about Trumpism? And Quincy Jones said, it's Trump's and uneducated rednecks. Trump is just telling them what they want to hear. I used to hang out with him. He's a crazy motherfucker. Limited mentally, a megalomaniac, narcissistic. I can't stand him. I used to date Ivanka, you know.
Did you guys hear that? That Quincy Jones used to date Ivanka?
I don't know what to say. Okay.
Mm.
His wait, is he talking about Trump's ex-wife? Because I think her name was Ivana. He's not talking about Trump's daughter, is he?
I think he's talking about his ex-wife. Let me see. Hold on.
Because I think his ex-wife is named Ivana Trump.
I'm about to find out.
Yeah, Ivana Trump. Ivanka is his daughter. You mean wait? Did Quincy Jones date Trump's daughter?
He's talking about Trump's daughter. That's who he's talking about. I just looked it up.
What? Okay, Ivanka is around my age. Quincy Jones is in his 80s. That means there's literally over a 50-year difference between them.
Yeah, well, you know Hollywood.
Lord, Lord, oh Lord. Whoo, boy. He said, yes, sir. 12 years ago, Tommy Hilfiger, who was working with my daughter, Kedada, said, Ivanka wants to have dinner with you. I said, no problem. She's a fine motherfucker. Oh, gosh. She had the most beautiful legs I've ever saw in my life. Wrong father, though. Dude. Really? Oh, gosh. Quincy.
Mhm.
Oh, my God.
I know it's a lot. Like he even mentioned if he thought that Oprah should run for president and Quincy Jones said no, she can't. I think it's like right above there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
right
don't
here.
think she should run. She doesn't have the chops for it. If you haven't been governor of a state or the CEO of a company or a military general, you don't know how to lead people.
And then the interviewer chimes in and says she is the CEO of a company. And he says a symphony conductor knows more about how to lead than most business people, more than Trump does. He doesn't know shit. Someone who knows about real leadership wouldn't have as many people against him as he does. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Very, very, very interesting. Again, I put the article in the chat. I'll put the link here again if you guys want to read the whole thing. But Quincy told a lot of stuff. He even goes on to talk about how Cyndi Lauper didn't like the song We Are the World, but everybody else did. So she lied to him and told him that people don't like this song. And so he went around asking everybody that was a part of it. And it turns out it was just her that didn't like the song.
Wow. Hmm. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
So he gets a little into himself in some of these answers. Um, and he starts talking about music. Um, and he talks about who's doing good work and how new artists today are just lazy.
Yeah. I'm going to grab these super chats really quick.
Okay.
MJ was also a lupus patient that did cause vitiligo. The glove was his attempt to hide it. Also, his hair caught fire in 1985 that caused severe damage to his head that he fully never recovered from.
Hmm.
And then thanks so much for that, Frank.
It says the autopsy shows that his skin was blotchy. Michael Jackson suffered in front of everyone and was made fun of. Oh man.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I mean, if it's, I think there's an echo coming from me or you. Hold on. Check my settings. I'm going to mute myself really quick.
Testing. Is there still an echo?
Test.
Can
I
you
think
hear
it's
me?
on there's a little bit of static on your end, but Try unmuting yourself really quick and then unmute.
Do you still hear static?
I think it sounds like it's something rubbing up against your microphone.
Oh, it might be my. Okay, is it still happening?
No.
Okay, sorry. My apologies. Yep.
Go ahead, JB. I think you were going to read that one.
Oh yeah. It says his autopsy shows that his skin was blotchy. Michael Jackson suffered in front of everyone and was made fun of.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, it's really sad, but I think again, like, I think Michael Jackson had some help there in reference to his skin.
Yeah. Let me see. I want to get into this. We're going to start here. It says you're talking about business, not music, but, and I mean this respectfully, don't some of your thoughts about music fall under the category of back in my day? And he says musical principles exist. Musicians today don't go all the way with the music because they haven't done their homework with the left brain. Music is emotion and science. You don't have to practice emotion because that comes naturally. Technique is different. If you can't get your fingers between 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 on a piano, you can't play. You can only go so far as with technique. People limit themselves musically. Do these musicians know tango, macumba, yarumba music, samba, bossa nova, salsa, cha-cha? And he said, maybe not cha-cha. He said, Marlon Brando used to go cha-cha dancing with us. He could dance his ass off. He was the most charming motherfucker you've ever met. He'd fuck anything. Anything. He'd fuck a mailbox. James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye. Wait 1 second, people. Hold up. James Baldwin, Richard Pryor, and Marvin Gaye. Lord and Lord, this man just dropped a huge bomb.
I was shocked. First of all, I did not know about Richard Pryor or Marvin Gaye or James Baldwin. I knew about Marlon Brando, but I didn't know that he was with them. Like I said, Quincy Jones knew a lot of people.
He did. And if you don't know who Marlon Brando is, he was in the old movie A Streetcar Named Desire. He also played Kal-El in the original Superman in the 70s with Christopher Reeve. He was Kal-El. I'm sorry, Jor-El, Superman's birth father. So he played him. So yeah.
Godfather, Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah, Godfather.
Yeah.
So
he gave him an offer you can't refuse.
You come to me asking for my daughter's hand in marriage. I might be able to give you an offer you can't refuse. You know. Sorry, I had to.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let me see. Nima said Michael Jackson essayed kids. That's I don't know. That's alleged. I don't know. But thank you for the super chat. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I try to do the best I possibly can on what I got. If you want to do it, you can do it too.
Oh man.
And you know what's funny? I've never sat and watched the Godfather movie. Never.
What?
Yeah. People are surprised that you never watched the Godfather? No. Anything that's like gangster movies, I've never sat down and watched.
We have to fix that immediately, JB.
Actually, yes, I am. I'm from Camden County, New Jersey.
So let me get this straight. Do you know what people mean when they say sleeping with the fishes? And
of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Sleeping with the
Just
fishes basically means that they're going to put your feet in concrete and then throw you off the docks. And then once they do that, then you'll die and drown, and you'll literally be sleeping with the fishes.
okay. I'm glad you know that part.
Of
Rome
course.
is here.
Rome joining us on this street. What? Rome wants to be starting something.
Rome must have heard us talking about Quincy Jones.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I think you're muted, Rome.
I was like, yeah, this a fun show. I'm let me hop on here. This look like
All
fun.
right.
This ain't like the regular RBN because some niggas some fucking party poopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we smile? Can we have fun? Talk shit one day?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all niggas, man.
Yeah. So some of the things that like we're talking about, and a lot of people did not know that Richard Pryor swung both ways.
Yeah, of course. He said it in like almost every fucking stand-up. What's up, baby? Yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
So Marlon Brando liked some chocolate, I guess.
Oh, Marlon Brando was definitely down with the swirl. But I'm not. But hey, okay, I'm gonna put it to y'all this way: if a 30-year-old Marlon Brando, if a 30-something-year-old Marlon Brando came and tried to holler at me, I would have said yes. Have y'all seen Marlon Brando when he was younger?
Yeah.
Oh Lord,
Dude.
Marlon Brando. Ooh, Marlon Brando could get it. He could. I mean, Marlon Brando could get it back in the day. I'm telling you.
Somebody said he liked children also. Yeah. Oh, actually, that remind me of I was just watching that
I didn't know that.
that stand up when he was talking about Amanda Bynes when she had first came on the scene and they was talking about running training her and popping her around Hollywood. So yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You can look it up. It's still on YouTube. How Richard Pryor talk about Amanda Bynes. And he was talking about popping her up. You know what I'm saying? Just running training that little girl. How tight she is and shit like that. Yeah, nigga sick.
Oh my God. Maybe that's why, she kind of lost it, right?
Yeah.
Remember that, JB? She was
Yeah.
one of the where are they now people.
Amanda Bynes is the same age as me.
It's fucked up.
That's ridiculous.
Allegedly. I gotta make sure we do that for legal purposes. But
Oh, that shit real. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up.
oh no.
This is crazy. Oh, don't forget Beyonce, JB.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. But yeah, that Rome. You know what? Rome be coming in and just dropping like bombs, and I'm just like, what?
Yep. Well, what was it? Britney Spears came out, what was it, like a year? Maybe it was like last year she came out with that information that even when she was a part of Mickey Mouse Club, what they were doing to the kids that were in Mickey Mouse Club.
Mm-hmm.
That's why some of these like child stars like just kind of checked out, and then they wonder why they turned to drugs and stuff like that because those kids being abused and stuff like that.
Yeah, you look at whatchamacallit, people like Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, and all them. You know, they went through a lot, and then part of me kind of wonders about people who were also in that same sphere, especially from the 80s.
Oh, I found the video.
You did?
Yep. I found the clip. I found some clips. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Damn. Oh my god, I haven't did this in a minute. Okay. Share screen. Boom. Audio. Share. Mute my mic.
You want to do the same question? Make sure that we'll mix them up a little. Stand-up comedian?
Yeah, well, my dad saw like an article that kids could do a comedy camp at the Laugh Factory.
Right.
So it was like for 6 weeks or something. Like Arsenio Hall came on and he would like critique your act.
Right.
And Richard Pryor came on.
Wow.
So that was really cool. He was so neat.
I just sucked 3 young white girl pussy. You don't like young girl? Say you don't like young girl, go no. Smile if I don't like young girl. No, I like them. Yeah, I fuck them.
Oh, I don't think people can hear it, Rome.
Hey, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Oh, right there. He was talking about when she was talking. She had said Arsenio Hall was there. Richard Pryor was there, and she had said a compliment about Richard Pryor. So once she had said that, they cut into what Richard Pryor was saying about Amanda Bynes when she first had stepped into the Hollywood scene, on and how you want to basically molest this young woman. And then he started doing the masturbation gesture and having his tongue out. He was coked up out of his mind, so he's telling the truth. So,
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, y'all can go look that up for yourself because I'm good.
Hollywood is crazy. This stuff is crazy, man.
Hollywood is crazy, man. Oh my gosh. So that was
Let me see if I can look it up on one of my phones. That way that bitch should be loud. Cause
so yeah, the Diddy gets into The Color Purple. Quincy Jones, so but one of the things that I want to get into also, the song I was singing like right when we went live was
why is it so loud on this phone? Can you hear this?
Well, my dad saw like an article that kids could do a comedy camp at the Laugh Factory.
Right.
So it was like for 6 weeks or something. Like Arsenio Hall came on and he would like critique your act.
Right.
And Richard Pryor came on.
Wow.
So that was really cool. He was so neat.
I just sucked 3 young white girl pussy.
I just sucked 3 young white women pussy.
You don't like young girl? Say you don't like young girl, go don't.
He asked an interviewer, say you don't like young girls, and look at the camera. Basically, like, nigga, you be a liar.
No, I like you. Yeah, I fuck them.
He agreed. And he said he'll
It was
fuck
so
him.
cool. I was like, wow, so neat to meet him. And then there was like a graduation night, and that's where the producers of the show, like Brian Robbins and Dan Schneider, came on the show, and they saw me there.
What was she left?
This was
Left
like
White North said she was 10 years old.
yeah.
oh gosh, wow. Oh boy.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Live long enough to see yourself become a villain, but I guess he ain't lived long enough to see that Kermit got his ass and just set him on fire.
Wow. Damn, I had no idea.
Nima, thanks for the super chat. Says, how old was Amanda at the time? Yeah, I think someone said in the chat she was like 10 years old at the time. Thanks for that.
Ooh.
Yep, all these niggas sick.
Oh my gosh.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, Hollywood is just, gosh.
Parents, don't put your kids in Hollywood.
No.
So crazy is Disney has sent my friend Dre. They wanted his son to audition because his son can rap, sing, dance, all that stuff. His son is a rapper here in Detroit now. But we seen all the things that first we was just talking about what all the other Disney babies went through. And then we're looking at you know what I'm saying, like you basically got to leave your kids behind. They start a new life. You know what I'm saying? They get acting coaches and shit like that. You're barely going to be able to see them, talk to them, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, nigga, this is a cult. Don't say what's on here.
Wow. Yeah. So anything else you guys want to add before I go to the next?
James, like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah, that took me out of my fun element. Now I'm just like, damn. But you guys have anything else you want to add before I go to the next story?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about was, do you guys remember the singer A. Marie?
Yes.
You remember?
She had the song this one thing. I remember that song.
Yeah. This one thing it got me tripping.
Somebody said strike 2 with the N-word. If you don't want to hear nigga, don't come over here then, nigga. What the fuck kind of shit is that? You see black people on the fucking screen. Sabby say nigga. James say nigga. I'm gonna say nigga. Now that's strike 6 for nigga, right? Keep counting. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? You the police or the word or something? I can't say what the fuck I want to say. Shut the fuck up.
I actually don't say the N word, but
still, like what the fuck?
But one of the things that
is you talking about Beyonce?
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Just one second. I gotta pull up a picture of A. Marie so that people know
who she was.
Yeah, who she was, you know.
Because she was another one that was kind of driven out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find because I don't want to play a music video because then you'll get.
What was the name? What was the name of the other artist that Beyonce was beefing with, y'all?
LaToya
Which
Luckett?
one?
There's a bunch.
She was real fine, brown skin, real skinny, hair like Sabby's, same color as Sabby's around that time.
All right, so this is A. Marie. Okay. So this is her. And she came out with a few songs. Well, I found an interesting video. It's very short, but did you know that before Beyonce in her solo career, there was A. Marie?
Yep.
And let me see. This is a video called "Did Beyonce Take A. Marie's Sound?"
I saw this.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just. All right. Let's go.
She was the original Beyonce. Beyonce stole her steez.
Oh, you think so?
Look at Crazy in Love video and look at A. Marie. Why don't we fall in love?
Yeah, I was about to say, nigga, you got balls, boy. You about to get copy stripped down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hang on.
Drops her debut album, All I Have. Come on. I found something on Twitter. A. Marie drops her debut album, All I Have, in 2002. Her sole producer is Rich Harrison. He gives her signature sound vocals. Beyonce is a fan. She tracks Rich Harrison down. He gives her Crazy in Love. Uses the same formula he used for A. Marie. A. Marie drops her sophomore album, Touch. Lead single's One Thing. Resemblance to Crazy in Love. It's A. Marie trying to reclaim a sound that was hers in the first place, but B has already hit the stratosphere.
Damn.
The honest question is this, though. If A. Marie did Crazy in Love, would it be as big of a song?
I always said she was.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't have.
No.
And this is the thing, too. I'm not sure if Beyonce knew that when she did that song, but to give you another example, for those of you in the chat, how many of you remember Christina Milian?
Yeah.
So did you know that Rihanna's song SOS, which is really the song that really caused her to blow up, was the SOS Someone Help Me song? that song was written for Christina Milian. Christina Milian heard the song and didn't feel like it was for her, so she turned it down. And then they gave that song to Rihanna, and that song really put Rihanna's career on the map.
Yeah.
So Christina Milian, in an interview, she said that looking back on it, she probably should have taken that song. And she said she kind of been fighting musically to get to that same level of success as Rihanna, and she's never been able to get there.
Yeah.
And it always depends on the money. Like I was signed to a couple of music record labels, even though they was local. It still depends on who know who. You know, it don't depend on how good of an artist you are, how good you sing, how good you dance, rap. It's about being able to be flexible in a lot of ways that you want to be flexible in. It's about who knows who. So you know, them having the same producers really, you know, open up different doors for different people. Some people like this person because they're, you know, they fit this narrative, their body fit this, and their hair is like that, and blah blah blah. And some people get pushed for some reason. So we're gonna it's all about the money and production and the people behind it. Like I'm pretty sure she could have even if Beyonce probably would have still been Beyonce today without those songs. I say that because of the people that's around her, Jay-Z, and you know, all these billionaires that have nothing but money and time to push her, even if she isn't a great vocalist, they will have the money to propaganda us to make us believe that she is the best thing since Michael Jackson or whoever the fuck your favorite singer is. Somebody said, "Rome, are you a Cheddar Boy?" Oh no, I was raised on Cedar Grove. That's crazy, but no, I'm from I'm an M Block member. I'm GD. Them niggas are Bloods over there. But I was raised on Cedar Grove. That's crazy. You said that.
So it's kind of interesting how, you know, you can take somebody's sound and then you just acclimate it to you, and then next thing you know, you can take off with it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
who is this one? This one nigga. We lived in the studio. We lived across the street from the studio. It was a studio. It was a studio in a trap house, like two trap houses. One got weed, one got crack. One nigga running the whole thing, right? We get done doing our me and my little cousins. We get done out of the studio, and this dude, we looking at we listening to the song. We're like, yeah, blah blah. We happy as hell because it's like our third project, like 15, 16 years old, not even 16. The dude named Menace, I never forget this. He went with my sister. He came over, he's bobbing his head. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that punchline. Looking at us dead in our eyes, saying that he about to steal our song. And not only that, this nigga stole our song, and it did good here in Detroit. It did good locally. And we were just looking at each other like, niggas will really steal your shit. Yes, they will. From local to industry. And like a lot of people, a rapper named Jaron Benton. He not that big. He's more of the underground type, but he got a song called Money Bag. Money bag, money bag, money bag. Hell yeah. You know the cadence. Then Cardi B come out with a song called Money Bag, Money Bag, Money Bag. That shit is crazy, man. They will steal from you and act like you never exist and be like, oh well, I never heard your song before. I never heard of you. Who are you? Knowing that they be scouring and looking and going down these YouTube wormholes just like any other artists do.
Actually, in the same vein, I'm going to take a little bit of a different turn, Sabby, because we talked about this, and it's kind of like being in this space when we'll speak a certain way and we will bring certain things out, and then next thing you know, you'll have somebody in this space, in the independent media space, that will start saying the same things that we say, and they don't give us any credit for it. So now we got some people that are starting to sound like RBN that don't give us credit for the things that we said, and And now, come on
Now
now.
motherfuckers want to take up in arms and be all activists and be all no. Don't steal the flow. But you know what? You can steal the flow. You can even make it better.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no nothing better than the original. Nothing better than the original. So you can say what you want. You can steal JB swag. You can steal Sabby swag. You can steal my swag. Steal it all you want. Remix it all you want. But you know where this shit came from. And the people will know.
So I just wanted to divert just a little bit. Sorry about that, Sabs, but I had to divert a little bit because I was just like, address it a little bit. But one of the things that I also wanted to talk about was that now I'm getting back to my original thing I was saying. The song that I was singing in the beginning, right when y'all first started watching, was a song called Show Me Love by Robin S. I'm not going to play it because copyright and all that stuff. But
we should take this show on fucking Rockvin. Once y'all get big enough, I think this show should be on Call-In, Rockvin, and someplace that we can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you can play music.
Yeah. Because it'll be way more funner, man. Like, even if we only got 50 viewers right now, then y'all niggas better come over there, man, you know?
Yeah, because Rockfin doesn't care about that.
I actually play, like, I got RBN radio. I play, like, 10 hours of music straight. No copyrights, no strikes, and nothing.
So one of the things about it is Beyonce came out with a new song. And it basically samples the song "Show Me Love." That dun 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 dun. So she basically used it in her new song. Now Beyonce's hot right now because she just dropped a new album, and it's more of a club type, sound. Let me get this video squared up and away. So Robin S. responded about Beyonce using her sound, and this is entitled "Show Me Love" singer Robin S. shocked after hearing Beyonce sample song. Here's what Robin S. had to say.
It doesn't have to be confirmed. The singer knows her songs. And my son called me and he's like, Mom, you're trending all over the place. Beyonce put her song out and it's Show Me Love and you're trending everywhere. Maybe we can do a collab together. That's always a dream. I can't even, wow. Just a lot of things.
So it was more appreciation than anything.
That's what's up. Because I'll be pissed off. if I don't know, depends if I get royalties to the song, and if you know what I'm saying, you say this and that, I get a cut off of it, then yes, I will be very appreciative of Beyonce saying a couple of my lyrics.
Well, here's the thing. I listened to the song. There was no Show Me Love song lyrics in the song. It was just the cover of the melody of Show Me Love that was part of the song. That was throughout the entire song. So but everybody who knows that song "Show Me Love," once you hear it, you're like, "Oh, that's Show Me Love by Robin S." A lot of us millennials are like,
"Yeah,
damn, I know that song." And so,
are they gonna pay her royalties for sampling her music?
That's what I'm saying.
Good question, Sam.
I'm just saying, like copyright, like what? I mean, because you think about it, like MC Hammer had to pay royalties to Rick James for sampling Super Freak.
Yes.
So they're going to give Robin some money?
Yeah.
And thank you. Who owns that sample? Who owns that sample? Because it could be the label that she was under back then. Because a lot back in the days, like right now, a lot of these people are still fighting for their masters and saying certain rights to their projects and whatnot. So yes, that is a great question because we see that one of the only artists that actually took advantage of certain loopholes of owning their masters and stuff like that was Michael Jackson, and they got rid of him so fucking fast because they didn't want all these other artists going down using that same formula owning masters that's gonna not only that's gonna live well but make money even 30 years later. Like, you know, Jay-Z, he can own all his masters if he want, you know what I'm saying? But it depends on if your music is good or not. You know, Royce the 5'9" actually said something about this. He said it don't matter if you own 100% of your masters. What matters is if your music age well. You know what I'm saying? If you own 100% of your masters, but your music don't age, it's like it's nothing. It's like owning 100% of nothing.
Yeah. No, it's true. And
Sorry. Fetish Magic says, "Show me coin."
you got to show me coin. Actually, I gotta let me see. It's called "Break My Soul." That's the name of the song, and I listened to the song before the stream. I mean, I still want to hear "Show Me Love" before I listen to that song, but you know, but still, I mean, the kids will like it, but that's about it.
Kids love everything. Kids love whatever the fuck you put in front of their ass. Don't you? I'll be programming the shit out of my kids. Like, yeah, you can watch that for a minute, and then I'll turn on some Malcolm X out of nowhere. There you go. Like that.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah, man, it's just there's so much theft going on, you know, it's especially in you know the music scene. Um,
Can I bring up one with who are the girls? The Pussycat Dolls? Was that the name of the Pussycat Dolls?
Yep.
The ones that had the song Don't You with Your Boyfriend was
yeah, don't you?
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something about that song. That's not their song. That song was stolen from, oh God, I can't remember the woman's name. She's an actress. I think she's been on a couple. She used to be Will's girlfriend on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She was also someone's wife on. Was she the wife on D.L. Hughley? Shoot. Hold on.
Oh, you talking about Tyler Hardin? I mean, not Tyler Hardin. I'm tripping. What the fuck?
The Hughleys. Yes. Elise Neil.
Okay.
Her. Let me see if I can pull her up. Elise Neil. I'm going to share my screen because a lot of people don't know about this. I actually saw the documentary with her and she was talking about how they stole her song. So Elise Neil, she played on the Hughleys, but she was also like Will Smith's girlfriend on some of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episodes. Elise Neil, what a lot of people may not know, she wrote that song, Don't You Wish Your Girlfriend Was Hot Like Me? And the woman who created the Pussycat Dolls saw her performing that song, I guess locally. She took the song and gave it to the Pussycat Dolls. But that was not that. Yeah, that's not their song. And it was a white woman that did it. So she stole Elise Neil's song, and Elise Neil said, I'll have to find that interview because Elise Neil said that till this day, she hasn't received any royalties from that.
Yeah, that song went hot. That was, I ain't like it, but holy hell, that song was everywhere. They did nothing but make money and get famous off of that money, off of that song. That shit is.
Wow.
I found it.
Ooh.
Let me see.
Welcome. Good, how are you? Good.
Okay, can I share it real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Nobody's defending capitalism. We're defending people against capitalism. These artists out here deserve to get paid for their labor. Do you know how much it takes to make a song, to even write a verse, just to have someone steal it from you and then copyright it? We're not protecting capitalism. We're protecting the workers. We're talking for the workers that actually, maybe some of these people are thinking about going into music or any type of industries. You got to watch out for these people because I'd have been offered contracts for modeling. And I know that shit is just another form of slavery. We get. If I speak up against that, if I say you guys can model, you know what I'm saying? Just watch out who's looking at you and watching for you. That's not taking up for capitalism.
Yeah, listen to
nobody's there in here taking up for capitalism. We just want the people to be paid for their labor.
Listen to this. It's like 2 minutes.
She's out to support her girl Lisa Ray for a bigger cause, a rare form of cancer they're supporting. And I hear that one of your groups that you're pushing is performing, right?
Well, my group, Elise and Assorted Flavors, is performing tonight, and we're doing one of the songs that myself and one of the young ladies, Crystal, wrote, just so we can keep it all in the family tonight.
That's great. Now, you guys are making some noise because I read a little bit about you. And I hear that the Pussycat Dolls stole your song.
Yes, they did. They stole my whole vibe, you know. But you know what? We keep pushing and we do things like this and other things to keep the group out there. Yeah, you know, because when somebody does something like that, it always comes back. But it also shows you that you're doing something good.
Right? You know you're doing something right if you got people stealing your song. So what can we expect from the girls?
Told you.
And she ain't getting out one dime from that. That is fucking insane. That is evil, man. That is fucking evil, and nobody else can tell me like that it isn't evil. Wow. Somebody said it doesn't fair use mean like it would be fair if they was to let her at least copyright her song, at least get a poor man's copyright on it. They just took it, remixed it, and gave it to the radio. That's not fair. Nothing is fair about that. And we got to point out the hypocrisy, the hypocrisy that's going on, man. Like a lot of people, even people that been on the records, some of these records haven't received a dime. That's not fair.
She took that song, the creator of the Pussycat Dolls, she took that song and she gave it to a group, a white female group with one biracial girl in there, and it blew up. She even put they even put Busta Rhymes like on the song, like they took off after that.
Yeah. Whew, man, it's crazy because you know there's so many. Like for instance, you know what? I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up. Hang on.
Hell, fuck yeah, because I'm gonna steal that shit. I'm gonna steal that shit. Y'all gonna like when Rome get an intro? It's just gonna be me with over Sabby face, over Sabby intro. Like this is some horrible Photoshop.
I think this is it. Hang on.
Hey, what the hell y'all kids doing up there?
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna play this really quick for y'all. So you guys can see. Because a lot of people really don't get any accolades like they should. Speaking of which. All right.
But I used to wear
your hair, nigga. No.
They take everything I get. They take it from me. He can't get that though. All right, now wait a minute. Look at the hair. I used to hide Easter eggs in mine. Look at it. Now, shut up. The nominees for the best new artists are. Are you all sure you want me to say that? I didn't have nothing to say. I thought I wasn't gonna say nothing. And the best new artist is me.
Talk your shit, nigga.
And I've been singing for years. I am the architect of rock and roll.
Yep. And if all these people are standing up and applauding and saying, yes, That means that they knew it, but they still didn't give him the accolades that he deserved.
You're like, look at this nigga still on my whole swag.
Yep.
Bar for bar.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of people copy Little Richard.
Yeah, you know. And the thing is that there was 3 people who helped create rock and roll. There was the first one was actually, oh God, I forgot her name. She was a woman, sister. I forgot her name.
Big
God.
Mama Thornton.
I think it was Big Mama Thornton, but her, Chuck Berry, and Little Richard were basically the ones that created rock and roll. And the thing is like, and people are like, "Who's Chuck Berry?" You guys remember? Back to the Future when Marty started playing that song? Go, Johnny, go, go. That's Chuck Berry. That was Chuck Berry. And because when I first heard it, I thought it was a white dude. You know what I mean? When I heard the song, and next thing you know, I'm like, Chuck Berry. I'm like, what? That was a black dude? Yes. Chuck Berry is one of the architects of rock and roll. And guess what? Who stole some of that sound? Elvis.
Of course.
Yep.
He was stealing songs from women. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. A lot of people. Yeah, and Perry
I hate to
Matthews.
say it, like as much as I love a lot of their songs, I hate to say it, but Led Zeppelin also stole as well.
Oh, wow. I never heard Led Zeppelin songs before. I never sat and listened to them.
You got to think about it. These people didn't have. We got to think, man. Like, when we talking about blues, rock and roll, and stuff like that, and soul. Come on, man. This is it's a real culture thing, and this is why they take our heart, they take our pain and shit like that, and try to, put their people, try to put their take on it. But it always come back to the OGs, to the originals, and you can't deny that shit when you hear it, when you see their styles and hear the cadence of the rapping, singing, whatever. You know where that shit came from. You know that we started this shit.
You can add Eric Clapton to that list too, Tony Plow.
Okay.
These motherfuckers weren't suffering. They probably weren't rich, you know what I'm saying? But they weren't going through the Jim Crow shit, you know what I'm saying? Like how our other blues players was on the black side,
Yeah.
they had no reason to make that beautiful type of music, The music was a lot of pain, was a lot of suffering, and a lot of upcoming that we had to go through. And there's no way that they could have, felt the shit in their heart to write this. And this is why they steal it.
Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully in the future, people, once, we get this country turned around and people actually get the credit that they deserve. But in the meantime, hopefully, people will get, the right thing to them, Sister Rosa Thorpe. Yes. Elvis stole Hound Dog from Big Mama Thornton. Yeah.
Sure did.
It was Rosetta Thorpe. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. But thank you so much. But yeah, so that's really, the show that, for today. There's so much more to talk about. There's a lot more that we can get in on this, but I just want to, say thanks to Rome for doing a surprise guest appearance today.
Yeah, I wasn't doing shit. I had to hop on. I was like, yeah, this is a nice show. And this background match the shirt I got. But did y'all talk about R. Kelly? Or y'all not gonna touch that?
No, I don't even feel it.
I'm talking about R. Kelly tonight, but I do have to go because it's 7:30.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. See you later, Sass. I'm gonna close it out right now anyway. But I just want to thank everybody for showing up and showing out today.
Earmuffs, blinders.
Don't start. Don't start wrong. Don't you start. Because now that Sabby's gone, now you're gonna start acting the fool, and now you're gonna get me
every
in trouble.
time, nigga. You know me, Sabby gone, nigga. She like the principal at RBN, nigga. So she shut the door, nigga. I'm back on top of the desk. Footballs and everything.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. See what happens? You know, when Rome comes on, and then next thing I don't have the heart to shut him down because he make me laugh, man. You can't.
Yeah. Somebody said make sure the door is locked. Facts.
Oh no. Wear a pilgrim, don't you start. Don't you start. Don't.
Yeah, JB like it with the lights on with his freaky ass. When he spit, he want that motherfucker to go right in it.
Rome. This is a family show, Rome. No, it's not.
Better not bring your kids.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. What in the hell is going on? Now everybody's now everybody's gonna go and tell, you know, Sabby and Nick and CJ on us. See?
Shit, fuck it. I'm gonna just not answer their call.
And then they're just gonna bust out laughing at us. And then I gotta put my head down.
Oh shit, man! This was a fun show, man. I love the show, man. I do be watching. I try to watch as many RBN shows as I can, you know. Even if it's people on this bitch that I don't like, because I done seen some niggas that I don't like on this motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie right now, because I'm high as hell. But man, you know, but there's a place in a revolution for everybody, you know. So. Mm-hmm. I try to get along, you know, even if we can't get along, man, we shouldn't be, we can build without being around each other. There's more sanctions of people in a revolution than just me and this person. So, but this is a nice show. I like this show. It's relaxing, you know, it's more, what?
Have those chips by the stove.
No, you can't have no chips right now, man. What time is it?
It's
7:33. No, I'm about to cook something in a minute. I'm about to make y'all something.
Rome, what you about to cook?
Some motherfucking noodles. Because yesterday I cooked some salmon, some motherfucking shrimp, some green sauteed some green beans. What the fuck else did I make? Man, I don't know. I threw down all yesterday. I couldn't. I'm like, no, I'm not cooking today. I'm not cooking today. And then I said that, then I cooked breakfast. So now I'm telling them, I'm putting my foot down and I'm telling myself, these kids are going to eat some damn noodles tonight. So, yeah.
I want some noodles.
Yeah. Get full. Get it with some bread.
Yeah. Make my favorite French toast. French toast, that slaps.
French toast. Oh my god, I haven't had French toast in a long time, nigga.
Oh, by the way, yo, and everybody in the chat, I actually found a recipe where you can make French toast in the oven without having to stand over a stove. And it's legit. It's legit. It's if you guys are on YouTube, just go to America's Test Kitchen French toast. Done. I'm telling you. And it comes out really good too. Just go by, you know, what the lady says and do it. And you don't have to stand over a stove to make French toast no more.
Damn.
Yep, that's my go-to now.
But you know what? Do you use vanilla extract when you?
Hell yeah!
Okay,
yeah. You have to.
I was about to say, if you don't use vanilla extract, I don't think I know you, man.
What? Rome? What?
Me too.
Oh yeah.
You know, cheese, onions, like if noodles are what you make them. Noodles are just a filler. So it's what you make it. You can put any seasoning that you want with it. You can crack an egg on this bitch if you wanted to, you know. But it's all what you make it. So when I say noodles, of course I'm gonna hook it up. I can't just, you know, look at the plain noodles like it's gonna need some meat, it's gonna need this, it's gonna need that, some more seasoning. You know, probably a different seasoning than what came in the pack, but just make it what you want. And a lot of people be like, well, how do you know, when I'm cooking for my family or whatnot, they be like, well, what's your measurements? I don't use measurements. I use my soul.
Yeah.
I just use my soul.
Yeah.
A good cook will be able to tell every time how much is too much.
Yeah, like a lot of black people do cook for years. They said season it until it feels good in your spirit.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Don't
You
forget.
know.
It's just like when I'm building on a house, they always tell you measure twice and cut once. It's just like that, taste it twice
Taste it twice
and serve it once.
and serve it once. Yep. Because you never know. You might need a little bit more salt, or you may need to back off on the salt and just add other
Mhm.
spices.
Yep.
Sometimes you need maybe a little bit of tarragon. Sometimes you might need a little bit of rosemary.
Yep.
Add some earthiness into it to balance it out.
Yep.
Maybe add a little
Throw a
sweetness.
little Italian season on it to make it look good. Whatever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And if you are involved in some revolutionary type of gardening, you got somebody that growing some fresh herbs. You know what I'm saying. Get some of that fresh herbs in there.
I'm about to be growing about next year when I finally get to sit my ass down, get my tiller, and I got a whole bunch of tools now. So I'm about ready to start on my garden and getting ready to build my thrift store. So it's gonna be a motherfucker with that.
And oh yeah, look, do not sleep on MSG. That whole thing about MSG being bad for you is just a racist trope against Asian people. MSG is fire when used properly. So yeah, so I got MSG in my kitchen. I ain't dead yet. So and they've been using MSG for years. And every single time y'all
Why
eat,
would y'all take advice from people who's known for not seasoning food? How the fuck do they know?
look, if y'all eat Pringles, if you eat Doritos, if y'all eat any of them savory foods that are prepackaged, it got MSG in it. So y'all been eating MSG the entire time anyway. So just letting y'all know.
Some salt and pepper. Bitch, get out my damn kitchen. Get out my motherfucking kitchen before I goddamn karate chop your ass.
Karate chop.
Hey, baby.
Fruity Pebbles call me poopy.
What?
Fruity Pebbles call me poopy.
You know you on live, right?
Fruity Pebbles call me poopy.
They called you poopy or they got you poopy?
No. Fruity Pebbles call me poopy.
When?
Right now.
I think you hallucinating.
No, come on.
No. I'm girl, what is she doing?
I have to go show you Fruity Pebbles.
Why don't you just bring the box down to me and tell me and show me? That would have been way easier than picking up your dad.
But yeah, man. I mean, just
something else.
Yeah. And yes, Hugo, sesame oil does give it an edge. I do agree. Sesame oil is also one of those unsung heroes. Also, green onions, scallions, y'all. Start adding like sprinkle some scallions on top of your food too. Beautiful, beautiful. Just
and stop being afraid to add things to your food. I think that's the main thing. People be afraid of.
Say you don't need to see Fruity Pebbles. So you have to come with me just so I can show you Fruity Pebbles.
I'll be up there in a second.
We're talking about cooking, and so make sure to add a little green, because green is good.
Yep, and it looked good and it tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that my babies had to eat was green beans. That was the first thing I fed them.
Oh, and by the way, try stuff. Like try different things. Don't be afraid to try.
Yep, cook with olive oil, not grease.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to cook with grease, if you fry like that, you can cook with grease, but don't like when you sauteing or like even if you baking and stuff like that, you can use olive oil. It's way better, and it still gives what I'm saying, it still gives you what you're looking for, whether that be what I'm saying, tender, something tender or something crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Olive oil is really and it's way better for you than the regular grease.
Yep. And plus it adds a great flavor. Oh, and before I go, y'all take some olive oil, take some Italian seasoning, a dash of salt, dash of pepper. Get you a loaf of some really good like Italian bread or something like that. Warm it up in the microwave so it's nice and warm. Rip off a piece, dip it in that olive oil and seasoning mixture. Bomb! It is good. Like, yo, for real. It is it's tasty. I'm telling you. The Italians, they did something good. They discovered some good stuff. So do that too. I'm telling you. You'll go to town on some olive oil and bread.
You gotta make sure you have at least 4 different cultures in your cabinets.
Yes, thank you. Diversify your seasoning cabinet.
Yes, you gotta have a little bit of black, a little bit of Mexican, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, European, a little bit of, but it gotta be, you know what I'm saying, a little something from here to there. That way you can always turn it to something. Even if you making something off top of the head. Like that's where a lot of my recipes come from. I just freestyle. I'm like, what would look good together, but nobody has done. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really put these two together. What seasoning should I use to make it a different taste than what these other people been eating? Even if we're like eating steak, I want my steak to taste different. You know what I'm saying? Every bite tastes different than the regular steaks that you get at your regular steak houses or even yours. You know, I inject it with certain things, and you gotta go there.
Yeah. And Rome, would you agree that the simplest recipes sometimes are the best?
Yes. Yep. Just throw something on top of it, and when you overdo it, is when it really shows. A lot of people are like, it's too over seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that because you use too much of the same season.
Mm-hmm.
Too much of the same season.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's more of an art. What colors go good together? You know, what seasonings go good together? What do I see? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And one thing just for y'all, okay? If you're cooking either chicken or shrimp, especially, put some butter in the pan, season it with, put some garlic in there, and then and then put a little olive oil in it too, so that the butter won't burn.
Mm-hmm.
But you saute your garlic, right? Then you add your pot. Then you add some white wine. White wine. Make sure you get some white wine, wine, sherry wine, red wine, to put in there. Saute it up, and then you can saute it up with some peppers and onions.
Yep.
And then once you do that, then you add your shrimp or your chicken. And then after you add your shrimp or your chicken, take your pasta. You can do angel hair, linguine, spaghetti pasta. Add that in. You just make yourself a scampi pasta. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Salt, pepper, you're good.
Speaking of shrimp, like I remember I did do a cooking stream on here when I taught people how to make my fried shrimp. But I don't just dip my stuff in batter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I keep mixing it all together. I use like paprika, and the recipe is up there. I don't know if I should say it over, but I know I use corn. Not cornmeal. I'm tripping.
Cornstarch?
No. Cornstarch and flour and wheated flour. And that's when people was like, "What the hell?" But once I fry it in the olive oil, like I went to what was that, last year Christmas family get together, and everybody was like, I didn't get one shrimp. I think I got like 1 or 2 shrimp when I first tasted it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, they demolished the shrimp, man. I had to make it for myself again. It's like, oh my God, these are the best shrimp I ever had in my fucking life. Yeah. And don't forget don't forget to throw fruit on your fish, on your shrimp, on your fish. Cut a lemon, a lime, just squirt it right on top of it, and that's what I do with my shrimp. I cut a lemon and a lime, and after it's fried, and in juices and the greases are drained out. I take some lemon, some limes, you know what I'm saying? I squirt them on there, you know what I'm saying? Shift, then put them in the oven for about 5 more minutes, bring it back out, and it just hits you like a real, It's real nice.
Really brightens it up. So I gotta get going. I gotta go eat. Because I'm hungry now. Because it's all your fault, Rome. I'm gonna blame it on you.
Hey, shit, I still got a plate from yesterday. I had so much damn food, man. I've been cooking.
See why you gotta brag? Why you gotta do that?
Because man, these damn kids, man, it just be like I'll be hungry, but when you cooking, and then when you finally sit down, you like, damn, I'm too tired to eat.
But you just heard me say I'm hungry, and now you're talking about you have leftovers of that shrimp from last night, and now you in Detroit, I'm here in Florida.
See, if capitalism didn't take over the world, I probably could have had a motherfucking shoot, like on some Futurama shit that have sent you a shrimp or two in a couple of seconds to taste it out. See, we got to put it into this shit.
True. Let's end capitalism so Rome could put it, some shrimp in the chute and send it over to me. All right. Hey man,
like, why are niggas doing this? Because we don't have. Because they said that they didn't have shoots like Futurama. Like,
man, I love you.
Something about shrimp and Rome. Some guy named Rome. I don't know. It's crazy, but they winning.
Whatever. Oh wait, have I gotten to? Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything on Rockman. So, just everybody, if you guys haven't liked the stream, please make sure to like the stream. We actually talked about a little bit of cooking too. We'll probably do a cooking stream one of these days. But look,
okay,
all right, look, like I always say, water your plants, water yourself, leave the world better than you found it, and also add some more seasoning to your food.
Please.
Mwah, pieces. We out. Forehead kisses to every single one of y'all. Mwah, mwah, every single one. Yeah, yeah.